get started real quick. Hi, good morning, everyone. So by way of introduction, my name is Bharat. I'm a principal product manager working on the product strategy with Facilio. So Facilio is an AI-driven software platform for property operations and maintenance, backed by Axel Partner and Tiger Global. So Facilio is headquartered in the New York City with offices in Dubai, Singapore, and India. And it manages over 40 million square feet across 350 plus buildings globally. So I know we've lost quite a bit of time. So Ash, I just wanted to do a time check. Do I get like 15 minutes from here on, or how does it work?
There's 10 minutes left.
Okay, got it. So here is a quick preview of what we're going to do. So there are three quick sections I wanted to touch upon. So what does that Facilio provides? A new way to unify hard to access building data and what it means to modern real estate companies, and flexible strategies that we can provide to implement right now for building performance and tenant experience. So by the end of these sessions, you would know more about how Facilio helps property owners optimize building performance and the tenant experience. So this is a quick slide, and I'll also try to show a couple of screens to touch upon some key aspects. So what are some of the problems that CRE professionals face in today's world? Which means there is no scope to optimize operating cost. There is lack of visibility across buildings and portfolios, and tedious to manage or scale up innovation, not able to deliver value to owners, property owners or tenants. So this is like a three-tier architecture in terms of how Facilio delivers value. So we start with a data collection layer, which is we can literally connect to legacy automation systems such as the BMS, HVAC, elevators, and fire safety systems. We also have connectivity to various IoT sensors and devices, such as people counting or energy sensors, which kind of feeds into our operations cloud platform. It is just not a data cloud platform. This is where we aggregate all of the building data in real time, and it has its own layer of analytics engines, reportings, and dashboards, which kind of feeds into our integrated application experience. So this could be the various experiences that we provide for, be it tenant experience or managing maintenance, or be it our connected building suite. So this is kind of leading to what we call as a hardware agnostic operations cloud. So we literally support any protocol that would connect to a BMS, such as the BACnet or the Modbus or the OPC and all the other different protocols that you can see on the screen. So that kind of takes us to the value prop that Facilio delivers. It gives a complete operational picture of the entire platform. It reduces carbon footprint by supporting sustainability initiatives. It enhances tenant engagement experience, and overall, it increases asset value and reduces operational cost. So having said that, let me deep dive into a real quick demo. So it's going to be a persona-driven demo showing how Facilio caters to different personas, such as an executive, or be it a portfolio manager or an operations supervisor. So I'll be taking everyone through how data really flows between these different stakeholders in the platform. This will ensure they're all connected, always staying in context, which enables them to make data-driven decisions in their everyday life. So having said that, let me start with a quick view of how Facilio creates a portfolio level digital replica of the building. So as you can see that there are different properties, buildings, which kind of gives a connected data aggregated view like you could see on the screen. So let us say that I click on a certain building. You could see that Facilio has really pulled data from everywhere, every connected system, human factors and external conditions as well. On a certain building, I could start my day here as an exec saying that, okay, I'm looking into 110 Central Avenue right now. I have 5 work order tickets open. I have 20 alerts to be acknowledged. I have 169 assets and equipments under this particular building. And this is my total energy consumption, which is like 81 megawatt per hour, which is what I see. Now, if I want to continue my journey as an executive, I will start with 3 different aspects. If I'm the head of sustainability, what is my cost and my overall consumption and my energy efficiency looking like? Or if I want to quickly look into what is my building wise cost, what are my top 5 performing properties or bottom 5 performing properties. And let us say I want to look into my energy usage intensity of various buildings. All the colors that you see is trying to tell us if an energy is really caught up or all green, or do they really have to do some sustainability initiatives to stay on top. Or let us say I'm the director of asset engineering, and how is my overall equipments or assets picture, and how is their performance looking like in terms of is this every asset running on time? Are there any out of schedule runs? And or let us say if I'm the head of tenant experience, what is it going to look like? Which means this gives the complete picture as to how many different tickets are open for how many tenants, what is my PM compliance, what is my average response time in responding to these queries, so on and so forth. Now, let us say I have a problem with maintenance. I want to talk to my portfolio manager, which means he logs in, he gets to see from his supervisory dashboard, he gets to see what is the status of all these work orders and tickets, and what is the work inflow. And we have a bunch of custom views to figure out if you want to look into each of the work order tickets by department. I have a complete plant maintenance calendar. I can go with a workforce work staff calendar. I can even set up customized workflows for each of my different maintenance types or different tenants or different buildings. Now, if I want to jump from here to figure out how is my whole asset health life cycle looking like, so I get a one-stop shop of a certain asset. I try to figure out what are the various schedulers, and I get a complete picture of the various maintenance activities that are happening with this particular asset. I get to see live readings. I get to see the performance of this asset. I also get to see the actual cost of maintenance this particular asset is incurring to me. And I also get to see live graphics view of how all this is adding up. And if I want to look into it from an energy manager perspective, I can again see that what are my top 10 assets which is consuming, or the guzzlers which are consuming a lot of energy. And if I want to go back, put some energy conservatory measures in place, which means I can do that as well. I can put an energy conservatory measure project. I can try to figure out what is going to be my target savings, what is the actual energy consumed, and Facilio will kind of provide what is the actual ML tracked baseline period that needs to be tracked for energy, what is the timeline when ECM is actually being put in place, and what is the actual money that I get to save after my energy conservatory measures is done, which kind of reflects back in my energy dashboards as well. So having lost some time, that's like a quick rapid fire perspective of where Facilio is coming from. And for more information, please log on into www.facilio.com. We can, if a demo can be requested, we can do a more detailed live demo. Please visit our Get Started section as well, so that we can deep dive into more use cases. So I know we have a couple of minutes, Ash, so I can take up any questions from here.
That's great, Bharat. So for people that would like to ask, have any questions regarding Facilio, please click on the Q&A button at the bottom of your page. And I see a question has come through. What is the average time to connect buildings and acquire data from siloed vendor systems?
Got it. So that's a good question. So typically the perception is it takes a lot of time, but typically it's just about 3 or 4 weeks. Depending on the scale of the building system, it's also influenced by how fast can the customer teams come on board and share access. Since Facilio is an IoT edge platform, I think I would say it just takes about to get started with 3 to 4 days, and we can, as long as we receive data, we should be able to get it done by 3 to 4 weeks. That's
great. And I see there's a few more questions actually coming through. How is ROI calculated?
So ROI is calculated based off a lot of different aspects. So one is depends on the energy consumption, the energy bills that could be provided, and on top of it, what is the real flexible diagnostics and the rules and the ML-backed algorithms that we can put. So it's a 3-step process in terms of A, connecting, B, optimizing, and 3, predicting what is the future energy consumption that we can reduce, or the asset downtime that we can predict, and what is the money we can save end of day. So these are some of the high-level parameters that we can consider in delivering an ROI.
That's great. And I see there's three questions. How can we get a video recording of this demo? We are interested in, to learn more. So all of today's presentations will be shared with on our YouTube page, and we will also share it via email as well. How can CREs today reduce operating costs or see efficiency through a centralized ops data approach?
So our typical customers are large property owners. They use Facilio to manage their digital retrofit projects. So we have had live case studies in the Middle East where we have had significant return on investments that were delivered. We also had one other customer in the South America who have set up a central command and control system to manage both their equipments, maintenance, and workforce, directly resulting in reducing their maintenance breakdown by close to 3x. So those are some of the live case studies, which again are accessible, publicly available content in our website, that is www.facilio.com.
That's awesome. But I apologize in advance for the brief presentation. Again, if anybody would like to learn more about your company, how would they do that?
So I think there are first stop is to log on to our website, and we have demo requests which we regularly take up. We conduct discovery conversations. There is also a get started section within our website wherein specific solutions or use cases could be taken up, and we can have further conversations. So I would recommend our website as a starting point, and we could keep going from there.
Great. And if they want to get started, to go into your website, and then is there any learning curve whatsoever, or is it straightforward and direct?
So there are live case studies. We even have guides and a CRE handbook, which are free content, which we have put on our website. So I would recommend those materials, collaterals are available for interested audience as well.
That's great. Thank you, Bharat.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.